Oh no, Japan is justifying on us. But they won't be able to declare war because we have a non-aggression pact. Hey, I am Feedbackgaming, and this is Hearts of Iron 4, a strategy game in the 1930s, World War II, or whatever you want to make it. Now, I know a lot of you have a soft spot for Paratroopers, so let's make this a Paratrooper video. And a few of you have a soft spot for exploits as well. So let's do a little bit of that. Paratrooper spam, delay the Japanese-Chinese war by 2 years. Yeah, don't mind if I do. This may come as a surprise to you, but I'm not asking for a like, I'm not asking for a comment. I'm asking for you to watch the entirety of this video in one sitting. The best way to massage the YouTube algorithm is to watch the most of this video possible. I'm talking about you, skip ahead boyo. That's right, I'm talking to you. No skipping. Hey. Before we continue, I hear you like achievements too. Let's show you an easy way of getting Awake and Angry and Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Literally, these two achievements are going to be a walk in the park after you watch this video. I promise you. Single player, new game, 1936, and it's China. Now, if you want to go for the achievements, turn on Iron Man. I already have the achievements. And to avoid having to re-record 4 or 5 hours of footage, I ain't going to play Iron Man. But hey, if I ever need to reload and autosave, I'll let you know. I love you, and I trust you. Let's go. So what do we have to work with? China, by no stretch of the imagination, is weak at the start of Hearts of Iron 4. Divisions, 57. Industry, 32 factories. Manpower, practically unlimited. Potential conquests, oh yeah, all those warlords. The only thing you've got working against you is Japan. They want a slice of the pie, and in 1937, they'll start their warpath. But what if we could delay them? Just maybe 1 or 2, or maybe potentially 3 years? That would make us incredibly OP. Let's start with production. First of all, machine tools, let's get that production going. And secondly, let's get that artillery rolling. Yes, that's right. At the start of the game, China doesn't even get artillery. And check out that wheel. What is this, the American Civil War? Civilian factories, we're going to build a few civvies or place a few in the center. Go for the ones with the most infrastructure. That'll do it for now. National focus. First of all, we're going to invite foreign investors because it gives us 2 civilian factories that don't even exist on the map. How does that work? I don't know. Military factories. So first of all, we don't need to worry too much about planes. Nah, not for now. And when it comes to ships, we need convoys. Lots and lots of convoys. When it comes down to equipment though, we need a little bit of AA, just a little bit, and the rest will go on to guns. And that's that. Convert all the divisions to this lovely reserve template, and then we'll drop them on the border of Japan right there. Exercise these indefinitely to gain as much XP as possible. Off we go. We do have a navy, and it's kind of a token navy, but my advice to you is to hold on to it for as long as you can. This navy will be useful for spotting where we potentially will do paradrops later in the game. So hold on to it, get yourself an admiral, stick him there for the time being, make sure you don't lose this. We have an air force too, surprisingly. Move them all here, merge them up, exercise to level 3. If you watched a few of my videos, you're probably already aware that I go really heavy on the artillery. For this one game, we won't do that. We're going to go for 10 width, combined infantry with AA and artillery added on, but focus primarily on our air force. This is a strategy that can work out more effective than artillery. Breaking down the AI, incredibly effective. Pushing front lines, not so much. Don't worry, you'll see. Right, foreign investors have arrived. Civilian industry is kicking off. Next focus, 3 principles of the people. This gives stability. Next one, nationalism, stability. Prioritize the interior, yeah, stability. But this is it, boys. Yeah, you know this one. We can't ignore it, because it's just way too strong. So, off we go. Artillery done, and get the production going. CAS is next, and concentrated industry. Why concentrated? Because we're going to keep our production lines the same for practically the entire game. Disperse, only really effective if you're changing out to new technology, which in most cases, you will, but not in this game. And artillery is a big deal. 4 of those. Off you go. 150 political power, partial mobilization. That is some pretty decent industry for China. Also essential for this strategy, an agency. So working more heavily on our industry, we'll pop some more military factories right about there. Soft attack early on is important, so let's go for into our artillery. We need army experience. We need to get rid of this horrendously bad national focus of army corruption. To do that, we need army experience, so improve relations with nationalist Spain. Send a attaché. There we go. Attaché complete. Let's farm that XP. Meanwhile, subjugating the warlords. And we're going to get ourselves a spy and stick him on here to do diplomatic pressure. Now, what is diplomatic pressure? I bet you didn't even know this button even existed. It allows you to pressure nations so they're more likely to accept invitations to factions as well as non-aggression pacts. What am I going to use that for? Subjugate the warlords. Yes, 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 no, maybe, yes, no. Okay, one person has said no. And it is our commie bro to the far west. Interesting. Okay. But everyone else has said, yep, sure. We'll become a puppet. Let's grab half of our army, 29 divisions, pop them on the border, and I'll just show you how you mop them up at lightning speed. I think one army group should be enough. All right, next up. This is very important. Improve relations with Japan. What? A natural enemy? Japan? Have you gone mad, Dave? Have you gone mad? Next focus we're going to go for is anti-communism, which allows us to declare instantly on commie China. The other upside is that you can now do Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Yunnan, Guangxi, Click, and China. You got them a puppet. If you integrate them, congrats, achievement unlocked. Now, if you have to declare war on them, that's no big deal too. All you need to do is annex them, and then release them as a puppet, and then annex them, and then you'll get the achievement. Encirclement, encirclement. Oh yeah, encirclement. We are going to go for superior firepower. Raw firepower on the ground is the way forward. And mop them up. Right, Concentrated 2 is about to finish. We're going to hop onto United Industrial Planning. And we're going to rush Concentrated 3 and Concentrated 4 to give us some insane production output. Rip. Right, next up, we're going to make a fallback line to the south. Right about here. Get them in position. And then we'll declare on commie China. Oh no, an open border. What could happen here? And call to arms our puppet buddies that surround him. Gonna work a little bit on construction on the side. Then, when this completes, we'll go down concentrate industry. Right, we're having a little bit of an issue with our production right now. Lack of steel is really, really painful. But luckily, we've got Guangxi Clique. Guangxi is the hardest to annex, so just be aware you have to put all the troops on the front line and find just individual gaps to push through. And now look at this. Production is going through the roof. All right, lots of gaps in the front line here. Oh, what's this division? Shaanxi. You've got one division that's astray. I'm going to take them all. Won't be divisions. And then just walk into their capital. Oh, I can't believe this even works. It's insane. Oh, surprisingly, they're actually still alive. Okay. That's a new one. Okay. There we go. Go here. That'll do. Go, go, go. There we go. So it's pretty much just their capital and 2 other provinces, and you'll be able to annex them. It's a freebie. Okay, the majority of the army now needs to go on this front line. It's important that you delay the attack from Japan for as long as possible. Non-aggression pacts can be cancelled early if they have a larger number of divisions on the front line than you. Speaking of non-aggression pacts, oh yeah, they'll accept. So all you need to do is max out your relations and make sure you send a spy to max out diplomatic pressure. Right, let's make our more ideal division template. 10 widths with support AA and support artillery. Practically going to last us to the end of the game. Now we've done unified industrial planning, we can start getting extra research slots. Oh no, Japan is justifying on us. But they won't be able to declare war because we have a non-aggression pact. Our cast is now complete now, so let's start building a little bit of it, just a little bit, and start working more heavily on the military factories. Once again, building all the key areas that have the highest amount of infrastructure. Once again, army experience, very important for China, so we're going to go for military theories to get that ticking army experience. In the meantime, we've got this extra spy, let's use him. Spy network in Japan. Now we can start going for the heavy, concentrated industry. 3 and 4, rush them both. Marco Polo Bridge Incident. Japan, no. Just no. Let's work towards radio. Did I say that army experience is important for China? Yes, it is. And this gives more of it. Go for it. Get that cast on the battlefield here. 50 air wing size. Exercise to level 3. Start working on just raw equipment right now. Just to give those passive bonuses when we'll need them later on. Alright, we're going to stop exercising now because we're burning through a lot of AA and a lot of artillery. Quite useful to train your entire army early on because you gain a lot of army experience. But at this point, we need to get max equipment and get a good stockpile of equipment. Let's train a bunch of more divisions so we've got 3 full army groups. There we go. Right, we can rush Concentrated 4 now, and we can focus more on our industry so we're not wasting those bonuses. There we go. Machine tools, construction, industry, industry, industry. It's also a good idea to build a few forts here. Usually 4 is the right number. So I'll make a few tiny little tweaks. There we go. We're creeping towards 100 army experience. So what we need to do is go for army reform. And this will allow us to reform our army, which is this decision. but it costs us 100 army experience every time we do it. We can do it 4 times, and then we can completely get rid of army corruption. If we do this just right, we can get rid of most of it before Japan even attacks us. Pretty sneaky, right? Let's get through the main part of the focus tree. And we're going to side with the Soviets, because it's, for the most part, one of the shorter paths. Mission to the Soviet Union. One thing you will also need to do is research motorized, because it won't let you go any further for experimental mechanized unit otherwise. Also, we're going to have to improve relations with the Soviet Union. Don't forget to keep deploying your air wings. I'm going to go for a lovely 100 air wing size and exercise to level 3. The secret to get this strategy to work just right is an excessive number of close air support. And in this case, as many casts as we can make. We have 100 army experience, army reform, do it. Right, we're in 1939 now, so be aware. Someone's going to attack us. I wonder who. We've got so much political power. Essential advisors, infantry expert, and also army offense. As a side note, if you're struggling to hold ground, you might want the defense genius. It all comes down to how well you're doing. In this case, army offense is where I'm going. Alright, concentrated 4 is done. Now we can branch out a little bit. I'm going to go for battlefield support to get this lovely juicy bonus of agility and air superiority. Our military industry right now is really kicking, so I'm going to make a few civvies. What do we have here? Paratroopers. Oh, look at this one beautiful light tank division that the Soviets have sent me. Oh. Alright, made a total of an 3 extra army groups. These are great just for holding the coastlines. I'm not going to use them to hold ports. I'm going to let the Japanese AI land, and then I'll push them back into the sea. That way they will permanently lose those divisions. Finally, they have declared war. And surprisingly, they've chosen to declare on my puppet. Interesting. They don't usually do that. Alright, looks like Menchiko hasn't joined it, so we're going to have to wait. And then we'll send the troops where they need to be. There we go, they've officially joined now. And what I'll do is make a full battle line with my field marshal all the way along. That's 3 army groups. Keep a close eye on supply right now because it might tick over. Now we need to get our planes into position to do maximum damage. Spread them out, make sure they're not overstacking any of the airfields. There we go. And air superiority, close air support, off you go. And don't forget more air crews. Oh, and straight away an ace appears. Insane. Straight away, don't mess about, total mobilization, and also go for women in the workforce. Oh, and some war bonds too, why not? So what I'm going to do is use the additional close air support that I can't fit in the north of China. I'm going to use this to strike the sea zone and naval strike. The objective here is to knock out as many submarines as possible. I'm going to do a naval invasion here. I'm just going to push them straight back into the sea. Easy. As you can see here, we're hitting convoys. I don't think there are any submarines here yet. Right, paratroopers are now officially done. So what we can do is create the perfect paratrooper division. And that will consist of a single paratrooper. I kid you not. This is perfect. Trust me. How many do we train of these? As many as we can. Let's work some more on our equipment and get some more soft attack delivered. The way it currently stands is because they've declared so late, it's unlikely they're ever going to be pushed us back. And at the moment, they're just saying straight up no. Air superiority, too many divisions. Beijing is bunkered in. They're not even attempting to push this anymore. Kind of depressing. But, hey, it is what it is. Naval invasion, northern China. That's where we keep reserves. And then we can immediately move them over, put them into position, and start pushing them back. They're not pushing anymore. 3 divisions, free attack. Get in there. Push them back. And with the air support, it'll start doing a lot of damage. Initially, what happens with this build is you look like you're not doing a lot of damage, but eventually the casts keep hitting them and pounding them. And in this situation, eventually they will start pushing them back. Be patient. Your time will come. Staff office plan. We need way more supply here. Do we risk just making a bit of infrastructure? Yeah, let's do that. And probably pull off just a single army group, just so we alleviate this area. Supply does not help us defend, and it definitely doesn't help us attack, so we'll just have to bide our time. There we go. Holding easy. All right, time for some paratroopers. Boom, drop them. We need to produce some transport planes too. Now, my advice to you is start producing these a lot earlier than you need to. Get 1 military factory on it, and you'll produce like 1, maybe every 2 months or so. It'll be enough for what you need it for. Need to drop ourselves an airport right there. And we'll move our paratroopers down to here. Oh my goodness, so many divisions here. Undersupplied. The losses are going to be intense. Oh my god, completely dumpstered them. Overrun, battered, bruised, defeated. Ouch. Paratroopers, pop you on the airport. And we're going to paradrop Taiwan. First thing we need to do is use this navy just to spot where they've got troops. And there's no one defending their port, so we're just going to go for it. Boom, go. Need a bit of air superiority here. The secret is just to get air superiority all in the regions that you're going to pass through. There you go. It says there, to perform a paradrop operation, we must have more than 70% air superiority in the next strategic regions. And right now, East China Sea is like a no-go. Oh, we've landed, but there's actually troops here. How come I didn't see them? And they're getting completely demolished. Stop! Stop! Okay, that was the test run. And unfortunately, it was an abysmal failure. Take 2. Next up, we're going to try and cut off Japanese supply here by landing here, 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 and here. 4 ports. Those are your objectives. Go, go, go. Same again. Use my navy. I move forward here. An attempt to spot. Doesn't appear there's anyone here again, but I could be totally wrong. Go here and go. No, there's someone here. That's really strange. For some reason, it's not always showing troops in port. Oh no. Goodbye, navy. Rip. Oh, and all of a sudden, they pulled their troops out their port. Okay, game. That's what we're gonna do. So when you land, at this point, we need to make a more sustainable division that will land longer. You can go for 2-7 with this, but in my advice, just go for the division that I've been using mostly. And that way we can move forward now and take this port. Now, Japan will have some severe supply problems. Incredibly bad supply problems. There you go. They've left another port. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. And it's so amusing watching those troops land over and over and over again. All right, convert them all to the more ideal template. Go, go, go. Be aware, when you do change the templates over, it will take a while for these troops to get reinforced. So do be aware they are going to be very vulnerable and very weak to begin with, so you might have to give them air support. And in this case, that's something that they're definitely lacking. More fuel, Soviets. Help me with my unusually large appetite for fuel. Next again, paradrop. We're going to go right there. So the situation is, I don't like using paratroopers mostly, because I think losing the manpower and the guns is quite painful. It's precious. But guns, no big deal. And manpower, because I'm China, oh yeah, no big deal. But if they land, and you get a port, convert them to a division that's more substantial, that can hold ground. Boom, can we go? We need air superiority, I presume. Can we do it? Yep, and we've landed. And unfortunately, they're going to get completely massacred. Whoops. Yeah, they're gone. At first, we don't succeed. We try, and we try again. Japanese counterattack. Another opportunity to kind of turn it around. Go here, staff office plan. The twitch of the AI. Can't decide what it wants. Okay, I'm going to build up the airbase right here because it's a really small one. We can use this as a staging ground. We can do it, I believe. More stability. Allows us to go for the elusive gentleman. An extra spy would be worthwhile. Alright, trying to do a naval invasion again. That's why we have reserves. And then we can instantly push them back into the ocean. You keep near the coastline, you can hold this ground a lot more easily. Just try and grab the ports back, and if you do, then you'll instantly push them back into the sea. And if we get a little bit more air control here, we can do a little bit more damage. Pro tip, leave behind one division on the port. Trust me, you know when it happens. So one of the big questions I get asked quite often is, why don't you defend the ports? I don't defend the ports because when they land, I get to eat their divisions, and they get encircled, and they'll never get those divisions back again. So I would prefer they do this over never landing at all. Alright, can we push them back here? That's the question. Pushing those mountains is going to be a nightmare. Yep, and it is. Holding this port is damage enough. Alright, 100 army experience. Don't forget to hit army reform. Keep doing it. Keep pressing it. Also, if you don't have 100% war support, do some propaganda. This will give you extra core defense, which is going to give you more defense capabilities. And then war bonds, because it's free consumer goods. Right, division's definitely lacking some firepower, so I'm going to add a little bit more soft attack passively with these bonuses. 2 divisions here, can we do it? Bureau of Statistics, no. Maybe we push the south first so we can get a better encirclement in the north. Give that a shot. Okay, push them back into the sea and be aggressive. Now you've got the time, make a few synthetics. Oil and rubber produced at home. There we go. And push them back all the way into the sea. Spread out those extra divisions on the coastline now, and if they do an under landing, we can hold them back. Oh no, a naval invasion. That, unfortunately, has failed. Seeing as I've got 2,000 artillery in the bank, I'll go for the next level. Not usually the best thing to do when you're on concentrated industry, but we've got so much artillery sitting around, it's pointless just letting it gain dust. So, improve that artillery. Improve it some more. And can we finally break this tile at long last? Can it be done? And it's finally been done. Hallelujah. Hey, let's not forget about paratroopers, right? You thought I'd forgotten, right? Didn't you? Nope. So if you want to do some spotting, it seems that ships don't work too well. So you might be better off with just submarines. And submarines are better because they're less likely to be detected, therefore less likely to be sniped. Let's do a little bit of a paradrop. What I'll do is just paradrop them one at a time so we don't end up wasting. Oh, we got it. Oh, it was just too easy. It was just too easy. Alright, okay, drop another 18. Boom. Convert them to the ideal template. We'll have one move here, one move here, one move here. Just to spread them out so they're not on one province. If they're on one province, they get the encirclement penalty, and we don't want that because that's not good. And also, these guys are going to be broke off and split off and added to another field marshal. If they're having trouble holding, just get the airplanes in there and do a bit of cast bombing. That'll help them hold just a little bit longer. There we go. 3 ports secure. That's 3 out of 4, remember? The last remaining one is right here. I'm going to move the transport planes here and see if I can land from here to here. Oh, this is so much fun. Okay, move the paratroopers over. Please don't intercept them. Please, no. Oh my god, so many submarines here. Intercept those submarines. Take them out. There we go. Knock them out. And look, the minute they put submarines here, our supplies get intercepted and these routes now are disabled. If the AI was only smart and realized they could have done this from the beginning, eh? Anyway, regardless, naval strike here. Get rid of these submarines. What's next? Here, here, here. Full air superiority. Oh, here, here. There we go. Still says 70% required. Be aware, there is a bug at the moment. Sometimes you'll hover over this and it'll say you meet all the requirements to do a paradrop. For some reason, when you press the button, nothing happens. Relog the game. Save the game, reload it again. It seems to fix that problem. It happens so often with paratroopers. Okay, we're struggling to get air control over Manchu. Yeah, they've got a lot of air support here. So what I'm going to try alternatively is... Oh, they've landed here. Okay, that's nice to know. I'm going to use this airport here to see if I can land here. I think it's a little bit too far, but we'll give it a shot. It's worth a go. That moment where the AI suddenly wakes up and then realizes it can actually do convoy raiding. AI, too smart. Alright, close this pocket. It'll be replaced by another pocket. And keep them pinned in. Same again. Ideally, though, I don't want to be just holding one tile. Just move out. That's perfect. There we go. That's good. Make sure I hold a little bit better this time. Drop a few forts. Just a few. 4 is just enough. Focus some more on air. Go for a little bit more rubber. Oh, yeah, doctrines. They're a thing, right? Speaking of army experience, though, army reform first. And then just work on passive soft attack. And we can also go for another research slot, so let's do that. Air superiority, logistics. I've got so much political power, it doesn't even matter. Ground support. Just a heads up, if you're going to do Awaken Angry, you're better off pushing through the mainland, taking out Manchu and Korea, then getting the White Peace, and then declaring a Japan again, and then paradropping them. Paratroopers here, and we land, and there's... Oh, we dropped all 26 divisions. Okay. And it looks like there's no one here, so we just convert them and move them. And that means the entirety of northern China now is cut off from the Japanese, so they're going to deorg. No organization, no supplies. They're done for. Look at that. Beautiful deorg. Look at that attrition, too. This is so much fun. I feel like a cat playing with a mouse. All right, let's take care of this pocket situation. Counterattack. The amount of CAS here. Just chewing through the country. Hey, keep an eye on your fuel. You need fuel. Oh, look at this. Beautifully deorged, organized divisions. Is this not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Let's start working Korea. Just slowly creep across the country just to encircle these in the south because they're getting a bit of supply from these victory points. So we need to put a stop to that. Don't mind me just casually walking through Korea, you know, don't mind me. There we go. And we need a big airport in South Korea. Meanwhile, in the south... Yeah, just snake to the ports. Encircled in the south, encircled in the north, and slowly working towards this port here, and then they'll be encircled in the center too. And it looks like we can push because they're pulling out. They can see what we're doing. And there we go, the port's secured. Deorged! You know what I fancy? I fancy some paratroopers. Go here. Finally, cleared. This is the end game. Just try and land on Hiroshima. 1 division, send it, boom. And it is, it's an open goal. Oh my god, I feel so dirty. Alright, send the rest then. So many divisions dropped instantly. And off you go. Give it a better general. Who's the best one we've got? Sun Lee Gen. Pop him underneath the Field Marshal. Field Marshal. Aggressive Assaulter. Infantry Expert. Convert them over to the right template. Send all the planes over. Rip. My contribution is 77%. I lost $500,000 to Japan. They lost 2.2 million. Japan's pretty much getting cleared up. I deactivate all the battle plans just so we can push in the final segment, and therefore get a little bit more extra war contribution just due to sustaining more casualties. There we go. Fall of Tokyo. Yep. So let me just summarize. The reason why this is so effective is you get an extra 2+ years to prepare for Japan's attack, and in most cases, you'll have a better industry than them, you'll have a better army than them, and you'll have a better air force than them. Navy, not so much. And also, paradropping with single battalions is ideal. You land with the paratroopers, you convert them to a more ideal division, and then you just hold ground. And that's why it's so effective. Oh, peace conference. And they've got barely any war score. So at this point, I think I can just take the entirety of Japan. Yeah, I can. And then take Manchukuo, and then the rest. We can satellite Japanese Micronesia. Sure, why not? And there we go. That is a sublimely girthy China with barely any work. I'll admit, I got really unlucky. The naval invasions were really strong, and the position of their subs here was just perfect. In my test runs, that never happened. So be prepared to move your CAS around to do naval strikes. No word of a lie, it's very effective. At this point, if you want to do Romance of the Three Kingdoms, you need to annex Yunnan and Guangxi Clique. You need to do that by lowering their autonomy through the autonomy system in Together for Victory. Or you can do it by just plowing raw political power in by pressing these buttons. Each one you have to press 3 times to fully annex them. It tends to be slightly more time efficient to do it with these button methods, but you end up losing more political power. It's cost around about 550 political power in total by pressing these buttons, and the cost per day, so it's a 0.25 per day. Where if you annex them the classic system, it takes about 350 political power. It tends to take a little bit longer. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. You can get both with the achievement. People always ask me the question, what did you end up with? So this was the production. So all the minute I was mass upgrading because I had a big stockpile of weapons. People always ask me about the templates too. This was the primary template we used throughout the game. Once again, it's not a template that's very good for attacking. It tends to work better on the defense, but with air support, it can do everything. This was the Paratrooper division, and that's pretty much it. And hey, look, I've got Indochina as well. I didn't forget about that. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this, tell me by commenting below and say you made it to the very end. And also say that you watched the entirety of the video. That's right, no skipping. I'm on to you, boy. Apart from that, guys, have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for your support. Every single Patreon supporter helps me hire editors to make more content for you. Thank you.